Hello, this is outline 5, spleen. I'm going to teach you something about the spleen. Spleen is intraperitoneal organ which is situated in the abdominal cavity, peritoneal cavity. This is the part of the lymphoid system and it has a different function. The major functions are the removal of the aging erythrocytes, and the second function is production of the lymphocytes and antibodies. Both of these activities are shared with the other organs, and because of that, spleen is not essential to survival. Where is located? What is the position of the spleen? Spleen is situated in the left hypochondriac region, in the supracholic compartment. This is the supracholic compartment. Here is the spleen and left hypochondriac region. Then between the fundus of stomach and diaphragm. Spleen lies between the 9th and 10th rib and posterior from the scapular anteriorly to the mid-axillary line. Usually we cannot palpate spleen below the left costal margin or left costal arch. Only percussion, the Traube space can tell us something about the about the shape and about shape of the spleen. Spleen is shaped like a coffee bean, and it has two surfaces, two margin and two extremities. Surface is diaphragmatic and visceral surface, superior and inferior margin, and anterior and posterior extremity. Diaphragmatic surface is convex and it is in relation with the diaphragm and through the diaphragm with the left lung and left pleura and part of the pleural cavity, then with the 9, 10 and 11 rib. This is the relations of the diaphragmatic surface of the spleen. This is diaphragmatic surface. Visceral surface, it is in relation with the viscera, abdominal viscera, and it facing the abdominal cavity. It has 3 areas or impressions. These impressions are the result of the relations with the viscera. First, this is the gastric impression, this is the renal impression, and colic impression. Gastric impression is anterior and superior part of the visceral surface, and gastric impression, on the gastric expression there is a splenic hilum through which the splenic blood vessels enters and nerves enters and leaves the splenic spleen. Then renal impression. Renal impression is lower part of the visceral surface. It is in relation with the kidney, and this is the renal impression. This is the left kidney, and also colic impression, which is in relation with the left colic flexure. This is the left colic flexure. This is the gastric impression, and it is in relation with the stomach. Then renal impression with the left kidney, and colic impression with the left flexure of the colon. Two borders, superior border and inferior border. Superior border separates the diaphragmatic surface from the gastric impression. It is usually convex and presents one or two notches. Inferior border separates the diaphragmatic surface from the renal impression. Spleen has two extremities, posterior extremity which facing the vertebral column, and anterior extremity which is in relation with the left colic flexure and lies on the phrenicocholic ligament. This ligament is a major support of the spleen. Spleen is intraperitoneal organ. It is in relation with the stomach and with the kidney, posterior abdominal wall, and it is connected to the stomach by the part of the lesser omentum, that is this gastrosplenic ligament, and is connected to the posterior abdominal wall at the level of the kidney, and it is the splenorenal ligament. A phrenicocholic ligament connects the left colic flexure and diaphragm, and it is supporting shelf for the spleen, major supporting shelf for the spleen. Spleen receives blood supply from the splenic artery. This is the largest branch of the celiac trunk. This is the splenic artery. It passes posterior above and posterior the pancreas, posterior to the stomach, and through the gastrosplenic ligament enters the hilum. Before reaching the hilum, it divides and two or three main branches. Which then divides into the segmental branches. Splenic vein, corresponding position in name with artery, and it is this splenic vein, and it is a tributary of the portal vein. And splenic microstructure. Spleen is intraperitoneal organ. Its surface is covered by the visceral peritoneum. The second layer is the capsula. This is connective tissue capsula, and from the internal surface of this capsula begins the trabeculae, which divide the parenchyma of this lymphoid organ, and this is in this trabeculae they form the supportive framework. Internal mass in this parenchyma, which is situated between the trabeculae, can be divided in the white and red pulp. White pulp is composed of the lymphoid tissue, and red pulp from the red cells, sinusoids, and macrophages. And this is the end.